Ladies and gentlemen, my name is SuddenlyNinja and you are watching a new episode of Indie Beginning. On today's episode, we're featuring a game that is so dark and scary, I literally had chills running down my spine the entire time I was playing it. This game would have been perfect to feature during Halloween. Sadly, I was otherwise engaged and I couldn't make a video on it. I apologize for that, but I still think the game is worth checking out. As always, most of the games I cover are in a constant state of development and will be changing quite extensively throughout that period, so anything you see during this video is subject to change and most likely will be completely different from when a proper version is released. Without further ado, allow me to present you a game that is so rich in atmosphere and pure distilled horror, I could not finish more than about 5 rounds of it before I had to quit. This game is called Noct, and if you're a frequent visitor of the indie game subreddit, you'll know what this game is about. It is a survival horror game in which you gather resources, ammo, guns, and all that, but it has a twist. It is a very unique twist. The whole game is viewed from the perspective of one of those airplanes that fly really high up, you know, the ones with the heat cameras, and that gives the game a very basic feel, almost like the developer didn't want the player to see too much of his surroundings. You were quite literally stumbling in the dark. Now, the version that was available to me is a very early prototype meant to test the AI when pitted against actual players and as a proof of concept in general, but it works. It's actually really creepy having to slowly walk through abandoned towns looking for buildings to hide in while scavenging for supplies. There's a few basic monsters crawling around at the moment which are quite a lot faster than you, and you really only see them when it's too late. They will already be lunging at you, and this game is seriously hard. A one hit and that's it, you're zombie food. Obviously, this game requires quite a lot of tweaking and adding in more content, more weapons, enemies and all that, but the core gameplay looks very promising and the atmosphere is truly frightening. Sometimes little specks of dust or camera grain appear in front of the lens, and when I first noticed that, it scared the living hell out of me because I thought they were some type of tiny zombie coming to get me. Turns out it's a completely harmless effect, but it scared me shitless nonetheless. There's not a lot to say about Noct yet, other than that it's on the right path as far as I'm concerned. I just hope the developer keeps it up with the simplistic style and visuals. The game doesn't really need fancy effects and explosions. Just knowing that there could be any number of beasts stalking you through the dark is atmospheric enough to keep me playing until it's time to change my underwear. An early prototype of Noct is up for grabs at the link below. You should follow that if you want to experience it for yourself. Just be aware that this is a very early version we're talking about here, nothing too fancy, so don't expect a complete game. That's all for today's episode. Stay tuned for new episodes of Indie Beginning bi-weekly every Tuesday and Friday, or subscribe to the channel if you want to be notified when a new episode goes live. If you like this video, leave a nice comment behind and I will try my best to respond to every single one of them. My name is SuddenlyNinja, thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Bye bye.